Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I think you look pretty alright today. Yellow doesn't fit you, I'm sorry to be the one to say it. Speaking of things that are pretty alright, Necromunda Hired Gun. This game isn't terrible, okay, but it isn't amazing. It is important to keep in mind this is an indie game, and it's at the price of an indie game. So I will be rating this based on that criteria. It's a smaller team, so they couldn't possibly do as much as a massive team. You know, that thing that Biomutant forgot. Now, I didn't like Hired Gun, and I really wanted to love it. I normally enjoy games like these, you know, like Doom Eternal, those sorts of like shoot 'em up, gut 'em up, that kind of game. That's not to say that you won't enjoy this game. It's not necessarily a bad game at all. It's really a fine game in its own right. But allow me to kind of like outline the areas I had issues with, and then you can kind of make a decision on your own if those are things that would bother you too much as well. Let's start with the negatives. They make you kill fucking puppers. They do. They whine. They cry as you shank them. It breaks my heart every fucking time. Gunplay feels a little off. I don't know what it is. The best way I can describe it is that it feels like you are playing like a video game journalist. Variety between enemies is very slim. You have your gangers. Yep, that is the name. The Ogrins, the Psychers, the Miners, and the Gene Stealers. That's it. They look great. They do. There is good design. But when your game only has 5 enemy types, the replayability it feels like it goes down a lot. Whereas when you compare it to Doom Eternal, it has around 56 different types of enemies. Some of the voice acting is quite bad. Like, the bartender is so awful. I hated talking to her every time I had to. Executes don't work sometimes for no discernible reason. Wall run is absolutely shit. It just doesn't work right. Maybe Titanfall 2 has just spoiled me. I don't know. And finally, the cutscenes are awful. Sometimes the frames will drop just for them, and I'm confused about that to this day. Here. Watch this one. I will warn you that there are some vague spoilers for the storyline, so watch at your own discretion.
Remember, anywhere but the head. I need it to be in one piece when I cut it off. What the?
Yeah, looks like someone made this in about an hour. Now the positives. Sound design is pretty slick for the guns. The shop owners look fantastic. Like, the amount of detailing is amazing. The maps are gorgeous. It really holds true to the Necromunda vibe. This game's strength is in its art design. They knocked it right out of the park. The bolter feels like a motherfucking bolter, and I fucking love it. The upgrades are pretty cool, although I never really used any of the abilities. The pupper is a good boy. My good boy. I loved him. Although I will say it was a little disturbing to do the upgrades for the dog, just because of the fact that, like, he kind of like, it felt like I was like torturing him, but he seemed happy, so I guess it's fine. Grappling hook works okay. It's not like Pathfinder, but it works. So I give this game a solid 3 grapes out of 6 horrifically murdered mules. I love you all. Have a great night, day, afternoon, whatever. And don't die.